Hello everyone and welcome to Storytime. I'm Miss Morgan and today we're going to be reading The Princess and the Christmas Rescue by Carl Hart, illustrated by Sarah Warburton. On top of the world where the icy winds blow, a beautiful palace grows out of the snow. It sits in a forest of towering trees. The snow is so deep it goes up past your knees. The palace was just perfect for children to play, yet the princess who lived there stayed inside all day. The king said that the forest is scary and wild, with tigers and bears that could eat a small child. Now Princess Eliza was brainy and bright. She kept herself busy from morning till night. With wood, lots of string, and some pieces of wire, the princess could make anything you desire. The king said this hobby is far from princessy. Your dress gets so dusty, your room is so messy. It's great that you make all of these things, the queen said. But how about making a friend now instead? But how, thought Eliza, I really don't know. Perhaps I could bake one from gingerbread dough. But when he was cooked, the boy hopped off the tray, then stuck out his tongue and skedaddled away. Eliza sighed. I'm getting nowhere like this. She found a large frog and gave him a kiss. She hoped he'd turn into a prince before long. The frog just said, croak, and then, boing, he was gone. Oh well, said Eliza, I've braided my hair. I'll dangle it out of the window up there. A knight might climb up. We could play a fun game. She waited for hours, but nobody came. Poor Princess Eliza looked over the trees and sniffed at some smoke blowing into the breeze. A frog's not a friend. I can't make one from dough, and nobody visits because of the snow. Perhaps there is someone out there I can ask to help me succeed at this difficult task. I won't be gone long, and I'll wear this warm cloak. I'll visit whoever is making that smoke. The princess set off through the glittering frost. The woods were confusing, and soon she was lost. A huge shaggy shape loomed up out of the snow. The tigers and bears, gulped Eliza. Oh no. Oh, please don't be frightened, a gentle voice said, and there stood a reindeer with bells on its head. I'll take you to safety, just climb on my back. We'll go to the house at the end of this track. Eliza crept in through the open front door, past huge sacks of letters piled up on the floor, and there in a room filled with untidy shelves sat a miserable bunch of forlorn-looking elves. There was Bertie and Gertie and Felix and Fred and Pixie and Dixie and Nora and Ned. The biggest was Gordon and the smallest was Nell. Each elf wore a pointy hat topped with a bell. Hello? Said Eliza. I've got a quick question. How can I make friends? Might you have a suggestion? We're sorry, said Felix. Our boss has the flu. We'd love to chat, but there's too much to do. We must read these letters and sort all these toys to wrap up and give out to good girls and boys. I'll help, said Eliza. I really don't mind. There's no point, said Bertie. We're too far behind. But Princess Eliza knew just what to do. When the elves went to bed, she found scissors and glue. With paper clips, sticky tape, cardboard and string, she made a cool gadgety speed reading thing. Next morning, the elves found a long list of names that matched every child with the right toys and games. Amazing, cheered Felix and Fred in delight. Somebody read all those letters last night. The elves and Eliza worked hard side by side. This Christmas list goes on forever, Nell cried. We'll never get finished before Christmas Day. There, said Eliza. I'm sure there's a way. That night young Eliza sprang back into action. She made a robotic, gift-picking contraption. She flicked the big switch, and in no time at all, it had all the presents lined up in the hall. "Bazonkers!" cried Pixie and Dixie next morning. The elves were so sleepy they couldn't stop yawning. "Look! Someone has sorted the toys in the night. We've checked the list twice, and they've done it just right." Then Nora found sticky tape, paper, and bows, but wrapping is tricky, as everyone knows. The elves and Eliza were doing quite well, till Ned cried, "Gadzookers! We've lost little Nell!" By bedtime they run out of paper and glue. "Oh, Princess," said Gordon, "what are we to do?" "Don't worry," Eliza said, rubbing her eyes. "Perhaps in the morning you'll get a surprise." And there the next morning, all sparkling and clean, they found a neat wind-up gift wrapping machine. It gave a loud whirl, then a cluck and a hum, and wrapped all of the presents and labeled each one. "Ho, ho!" boomed a voice. "Well, I rather like that." And there stood a man in a red coat and hat. "Oh, Santa, you're better!" the happy elves cried. "Your sleigh is all ready. It's waiting outside." "A kind person helped us, but no one knows who." "Princess?" asked Santa. "Could it have been you?" Eliza blushed. "Yes, but don't tell my mom, please. She said I should stop making gadgets like these." "What nonsense," said Santa. "I'll give her a call. You've been clever and generous, not naughty at all. Now come with us all on a magical flight and help us deliver the presents tonight." The sleigh traveled fast across countries and nations, all thanks to Eliza's quick modifications. "We've done it," beamed Santa, "and super quick too. But now it's your turn. What can we do for you?" "There's one thing," Eliza said, blushing bright pink. "I need a new friend. Could you help, do you think?" "Oh, Princess," said Santa, "I think you will find you've made lots of friends just being so kind." The Queen heard the news of her daughter's good deed and said to the King, "I know what our child needs." They sold a few paintings, some clothes, and some jewels, and built her a workshop with all the best tools. The princess invented a snow-powered sleigh and played in the woods with elves every day. She helped out each Christmas with kindness and skill, and as far as I know, she is doing it still. The end. Thank you guys so much for joining me this week for Storytime. I hope you liked the Christmas Rescue, and don't forget to check out Miss Debbie and Miss Erica's Storytimes on Tuesday, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys again next week. Bye!